Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Hyper Metroid. And right at the start here, we are going to see how the numbered gates come into play in locking terrain. And as you can see, there are a total of 15, which if I didn't speed through the message on the first gate, you would have known that already. Because after each gate you open, and it doesn't matter what order, thankfully, it tells you how many gates are left for you to find and open up as well. So again, I do like that part of this hack, but I can also see where some people would not like that, just because it makes them go around everywhere after they've pretty much completed everything. It's sort of like a fetch quest. So I could see some things where that might not be the greatest thing to some people. And it's not necessarily the greatest thing, but it's not something I'm opposed to either. I enjoy it. So that door up there has another thing to it. It's sort of an exit after a certain point of going through terrain, but not. We'll be getting into that much later, obviously. But yeah, so now that the game has led you down to this area, you know, you got Morph Ball. You couldn't really go anywhere else. You could explore and collect some missiles and stuff, but there wasn't much else you could actually go to. You can't go to any other worlds without Morph, or without opening the gate. So it kind of leads you to that area, which was good. You know where the end game area is now. You know, got to come back there eventually. Not quite sure what those doors are yet, but those doors are very useful because they warp. Also, something, I know the backflip thing is part of Project Base and whatnot, the damage boost like thing, but I have to say it is actually really annoying to me, because it's just, you do a backflip by crouching, holding the run button, and then jumping. And then you can do this damage boost / backflip thing. And while that's useful, I always hold the run button, and a lot of hacks has taught me crouch jumping is good, because in a lot of cases you need to do that in order to make platforms. So I just hold the run button in general, and I try crouch jumping, or even trying to jump out of morphing like what I just did there. You do this funky little hop instead of actually jumping. That part I really don't like. So yeah, consider that somewhat of a downer. But that is the thing with Project Base. The nice thing is, as I was trying to do here and have some fun with it, but failing miserably, is with Project Base, when you do a mock ball, and you jump, you automatically go into a spin jump from that. You don't crouch, so you keep your speed and you mock ball. So that way you can mock ball, do a little hop across the gap, and then go straight back to a mock ball. It's actually really fun to do, even if it is somewhat tricky. But it's really fun. I do like that. So here I was just going back and exploring some places I've already been. I was kind of looking for wherever that gate was that I found initially, which is actually, surprisingly, where we need to go. But this is not that. This room confounded me for a while, just because it's like, there must be a boost ball or something. And I thought maybe if I get this on the right pixel or something, I could roll across the bridge, but not really. Not with this. There are ways around that. Some things with Project Base, Spring Ball makes you roll faster. So once you find Spring Ball, then you can roll across the crumble bridges, which is the intended way to do it. I end up getting tired of seeing these crumble bridges and circumvent them by other means. So we'll get to those later. Just say that bombs are very easy to do some things with, so yeah. Which I unfortunately did not really use much in my playthrough, but I use it enough, and you'll be able to see the ability to pass certain obstacles you're not technically supposed to pass. Mostly those crumble bridges. Also, I am a bit of a dingbat because there's a passage right by that cargo up there that was kind of obvious that I just never bothered noticing, I guess. As I did not collect that at any point. So yeah, you can look back there. I forget if there's anything special required to get that. But there's an item back there. So yeah, I think I mentioned some of the enemies in the previous video. There's some interesting things coming up later where those make an appearance, or a special, they deserve a special mention, I guess. So yes, this elevator room is suspicious for a reason. It's because it is suspicious. And that fog is scrolling super, super slow. But we get into Mustard Brinstar. It's a very apt name for this coloration. So it's like, I was playing around with some of these scroll limbs I was touching there. Anyway, this is where you're supposed to go. I actually went somewhere I'm supposed to. And then right through this suspiciously open door. Oh. Hey, there's just bombs hanging out here. It's like, okay. And a locked door. Now, this guy is actually weak to bombs. But it's like, whatever. I'm just gonna do this. And I guess, like, some people had issues with getting him stuck back in the flowers like this, because now he's pretty much stuck there, unless you make him jump back up. So, but he is weak to bombs. You can destroy him very easily with that. So that was Bomb Chorizo. Nothing really worth mentioning, and yes, the animals are behind that door. Not in Bomb Chorizo's room, but they're behind him. And this hack is evil for putting them there, which we'll get into in the last video. So basically, bombs break this hack wide open because of things you can do with them, which I unfortunately don't do for a while. That probably would have saved myself a lot of time if I had done it earlier. But with bombs, I don't exactly know the intended route. I think you're supposed to find a couple more items here. And then you're supposed to leave Brinstar, go elsewhere. You're basically supposed to end up going on this roundabout path. So, there's still more exploration to do in Brinstar, and I do plenty of it. Also, those comas, those face guys, those are enemies, which is important to keep in mind. I know some people actually got stuck in a room because they didn't remember that or something, so they are actually enemies, so, and that does come into play in a room anyway. So yeah, you see a lot of mustard. And some things we're probably not supposed to cross the way we're doing. But we do it anyway. The side hoppers, like the lettuce leaves, get a treatment later on in Brinstar. It's again part of the worth mentioning enemy thing. And you can kind of get more of a feeling again of how the items are hidden. Just sort of placed like that. Nothing real spectacularly hidden or anything like that. No random solid tile is a crumble grapple block in disguise. At least I don't think it is. This room is actually the room where people got stuck with the comas, which we'll discover why in a bit. Basically, you're supposed to have grapple at this point, and there's a thing up there. I'm a dingbat and left. You can do one of those damage boosts if you jump on the spikes, and then do a damage boost toward the platform. The water makes Samus' little hop a lot higher, so she leaves the water and then goes into this really weird physics backflip. And you can make that ledge and get what's back there. So you don't have to go get grapple first. In vanilla physics, that would have been a great deterrent. In product-based physics, not so much. Also missile here, and then Caterpillar suspiciously disappears in suspicious morph spot. Also, yes, that morph sound, I don't know, that's still, that bugs me. So we get first instance of Super Missile Doors. Super Missile Doors drove me crazy for a little bit. And if you actually do the intended way to get Super Missiles, I imagine they would drive you crazy for a long bit. Because that is, personally, I found that quite ridiculous. For as open-ended as the hack is, there's really only, like, there are specific locations you're supposed to go to get the first first power bomb, whatever. So, I mean, it's open-ended to a point. It allows you to explore a lot of places. It allows you to get lost. And then if you don't come across these items, or you're combing all the wrong submaps, and then just sort of comb the one submap it's in because you're already tired of looking through everything trying to find your item. You know, that, you can see where that would be an issue for people. And I'm honestly surprised not more people have brought that up, but that's a good thing though, because it means more people enjoyed the hack. Also, again, that little thing, I'm not entirely sure. I think that's just meant to block the missile, but you could kind of use that as a hint, as, oh wait, and there was the one previously in the other room, where it's like, oh wait, we should find a way to destroy these things. And then we can advance and do stuff, but I don't really think that was meant for a hint there. It's just there to block the item. So yes, with the 6 missiles, we can fire the 30 regular missiles, or we could fire 3 supers. So the ammo system works like that. It's really, I really do like the ammo system. And just random save room hanging out. These save stations are blocked off by enemy. You know, Samus can pass through tiles, but enemies can't. So that way, you know, in rooms like that where there are enemies, they're not actually going to touch you and hurt you while you're saving or looting, so always good to do. And I am a bit of a doofus. I was like, I want to know what's up here. I must get it. Because I was close. So, infinite bomb jumping in this hack. Different timing, as you can see. I am trying to learn how to do it in this. Basically, what I find, it's like, oh, just spaz out on the button and you'll infinite bomb jump, no problem. So yes, I somehow damage boost off the Ripper back to a spin jump, but of course, for doing that, I get blocked by a super missile door. Again, super missile doors really annoy me. They got to me a little bit in this. And I didn't even experience the full effect of super missile doors in this hack. So, yeah. Basically, that room underneath the save I just saved at is a room I should probably go to. It's like, because there's really not... I mean, thanks to Ivy Jane and stuff, there's really not a lot of places you can't go. And because the hack kind of gives you the feeling like, yeah, I should go places, you're more willing to get yourself in situations that are really not great for you. So, this room has grapple on the end. So it's like, I like grapple. But why did I have to cross all these spikes like that? It's like, oh. Wait a second. There's a crack in the floor. It's like, oh, yeah, I really didn't have to do that. And then the grapples to get you back. I know some people actually turn back from this room because of not finding that, so... But yeah, that's the grapple room. So after that, you're supposed to go to the other room where that water and spikes was, that ledge. And then I believe after that, I think you're still supposed to get one more item in here. And then move on to another area to get another item or something. So yeah, welcome to Infinite Bomb Jumping in Project Base. And welcome to another super missile door. It's like, okay, I guess I can't really go this way. The thing with all these super missile doors blocking off like this upper area is you can still get to the upper area without supers anyway. So why bother blocking those off with super missile doors? I guess maybe there might be a super missile or something you can get back there through those doors or something, but I don't quite remember any like that, so I don't know. But something I do like, besides the hack using spikes, because spikes are always amazing when used properly, it's that the hack is generally easy to get through. There's not like a lot of tight, cramped corridors, not a lot of back-to-back-to-back rooms where you have to go through morph passages and stuff. Although this hack does have some pretty obnoxious morph things in it. Unfortunately, but it does. So, hooray for more super missile doors. But yeah, there are some things like that that are just annoying. Oh yeah, something else to mention, the drops from the enemies. Like, energy is still energy and whatnot, but your ammo works a little bit different. Every drop you get from the enemy obviously goes into filling up the ammo total. So when you get super and power bomb drops, the totals that fill into your ammo are higher, which helps speed the refilling of that total as well. So again, super cool thing. Super really cool, yes. Just a good function for this game all around. Then up here, I believe, is another energy tank. So another good find. So I was getting a little bit lower on health, a little bit back there. But again, another energy tank out in the open. And the energy tanks in this hack aren't too difficult to find. Just have to look around a little bit. There's only one I can remember off the top of my head that was hidden in the scenery. And that one had... I missed it initially just because I'm a doofus, but it does have a hint. That works fairly well for it. But yeah, with infinite bomb jumping the way it is, plus one of the items I end up getting in the not too distant future as far as progress goes, grapple is actually not used very much. And you won't see much grapple stuff outside of Brinstar because of that. You will see it in some spots, but it's really not a focus of this hack at all. It's just a means to get through some early game stuff, I guess. Which, well, it isn't terrible for that. It's kind of underutilized, but I guess that opens up things for other stuff, so. So anyway, off this room and this wonderful path of mustard over here, we find the other save station, and this is where I ended up stopping this file at. So once again, thank you for watching, and in part 3 we will continue to explore the mustard area of Brinstar, find some more things and items, so hopefully we will see you for that.